In fact, the comments from the Delhi Fire Service and Delhi Police as to ensure as to what damage has been caused and exactly how many people have been injured. But 13 people are said to be injured as of now. Between.
All right, so the magnitude of the fire, not quite much, but given that this could be a cylinder blast, the number of injuries are huge, and in that sense, this becomes important in the coming few hours. We'll come back to you, Ananya. For the moment, thank you. So we stay on the story for a bit longer because we have a video coming in from the Jamia Nagar area where this blast took place, a massive blast inside the Jamia Nagar area of Delhi South East District. Now, if we go by this particular area, it's a residential locality in the Okhla area of South Delhi and is surrounded by densely populated areas of Okhla, Batla House, Jasola, Okhla, Vihar. So that's the area in the national capital we're talking about, and on your screens, the visuals from the area where this blast took place. And yes, like you can see, quite an overcrowded area at that, and a lot of people present there. You also see police personnel currently in these visuals that we're putting out, and Ananya also continues to be with us. Ananya, 13 people have been injured in this blast. On our screens, first set of visuals coming in, and what we can make out is this is a crowded area, perhaps a residential area, and you're telling us that the blast that took place was in one of the shops there. Anything more that you've been able to pick up?
Yes, in fact, it was not a shop, but a restaurant, a fast food restaurant that had caught fire. The locals say that it was a cylinder blast, but in fact, the fire department is yet to confirm as to what is the actual cause of this fire. And 13 people have been injured into this incident, and we are awaiting more details from the fire department. Three fire tenders had been rushed to the spot in order to douse the fire, and as we know that the fire has been doused off, but cooling operations are still underway. In fact, the injured would be rushed to the nearby hospitals through ambulances, and we have to wait as to what damage has been caused, because the damage assessment would be done by the Delhi Police and the Delhi Fire Services after the cooling operations are concluded. But so far what we know is 13 people have been injured into this whole cylinder blast, and we'll have to wait for the fire department's official confirmations as to what follows.
Okay, and if we stay with these visuals, one can see a vehicle of the fire brigade at the spot. An ambulance can also be spotted at a distance if we closely go by these visuals, and a lot of people present there. Now, Ananya is telling us that the fire has been brought under control, but if we go by the number of people who've sustained injuries, the impact could have been large. We're still to pick up confirmation, Ananya, on whether or not this was a cylinder blast, and as per reports, this is what the locals are stating, that this was a cylinder blast, isn't it?
Yes, it's the local who are saying that it is a cylinder blast, but the fire department is still yet not confirmed as to whether it's a blast in the compressor, whether it's a blast in a cylinder. But we'll have to wait from the fire officials' official statement as to know what has actually happened and what was the cause of this blast.
All right, some reports also suggesting that this is perhaps an air conditioner blast. So we'll go by facts. We'll still wait for an official confirmation, as this has been suggested by the locals there in the Jamia Nagar area. And initial reports, of course, suggesting that this is a blast that has taken place inside a restaurant. As Ananya is also pointing out, we're also picking up more visuals, and we'll put them out in just a bit, which will perhaps give us more clarity on what the current situation is and whether or not we're to expect more in the coming few minutes. Ananya, if you're still with us, continue telling us about the rescue operations. We do see an ambulance in these visuals standing at a distance. Anything more that you've been able to pick up? 13 is the number of people who've sustained injuries so far, of what we've picked up.
Well, yes, 13 people have now been injured into this whole incident, and you know that, in fact,
all right, we'll reconnect with Ananya in just a bit. He's He's going to be reaching the spot in just a bit and giving us a ground report on what the current situation is. And we'll put out more visuals of what transpired when the blast first took place in the Jamia Nagar area. We're picking up more visuals of the impact. In just a minute, we'll be getting you all those visuals. First set of visuals on your screens, viewers, wherein you can see a vehicle of the fire brigade. Of course, standing there attempting to douse the flame, bring the situation under control. Also, at a distance, one can see the ambulance there to take those who have sustained injuries to the hospital. They're already undergoing treatment. 13 people so far, according to initial reports, have sustained injuries on your screens. Another set of visuals telling us about the extent of damage. If we go by these visuals carefully, you can see a man really trying to analyze the extent of damage here, and we do see a two-wheeler there having been damaged given the impact of the blast. So the impact of the blast on your screens, the right side of course showing the attempt that is now